Former TNA talent and former TNA Impact Knockouts champion Allie. That's right, Allie has signed with AEW. Sup, y'all? Welcome back to the review space. I just want to make this quick video regarding AEW All Elite Wrestling signing a new talent, a new female wrestler, adding to their women's division on the roster. AEW, they got them checks, they got that money, they got that billionaire funding, and they are just flexing how much money they have. You know what I'm saying? They are slowly but surely building up the roster, which I'm glad to see. I'm very happy to see it. So Allie, of former TNA Impact fame, she was one of the one of the more prominent female wrestling superstars of TNA Impact Wrestling. And she's had some really classic feuds, some interesting moments. One of the more well-received babyface characters, a female, faces, female heroes of Impact Wrestling, and definitely one of the better, I guess you could say, like a TNA original as far as the women's division is concerned, or the Knockouts division in TNA. But now she has, I guess, officially signed with AEW. On the latest road to Double or Nothing, it was announced former Impact Knockouts champ Allie has signed with AEW. The above video features Allie meeting with Brandy Rhodes and getting ideas for her new wrestling gear with former WWE seamstress Sandra Gray. Allie spoke about how she first got into wrestling and how she's looking forward to working with All Elite. Going forward, I really want to make my mark here at AEW. I feel like even though I've had those opportunities, I feel like now I really want to show people what I can do, and I don't know if I had that chance before. Allie originally appeared in Impact back in 2013 and signed a contract with them in 2016. Wrestling Inc. has reached out to Impact Wrestling to see if Allie will continue with the promotion and will update if we hear back. Pretty cool. I'm digging it. I mean, that's a good signing. She's very talented, cute, cutesy, bubbly, kind of fun, blonde girl. And she played kind of like a likable goofball, almost oblivious character, almost like a, not necessarily ditzy, but somebody who was kind of almost like an assistant type back in the day when she was in TNA, and then she kind of transitioned into an in-ring competitor. And she had a pretty good feud, or had a good thing with Rosemary. And there's another, superstar female wrestler that I would love to go to AEW. If you have former TNA Impact female wrestlers coming into AEW, I would love to see Rosemary head into AEW. I'm not sure if she will. I'm very scared that she wants to stay with Impact. Maybe she has that loyalty. She feels very loyal to TNA, because from what if I'm not mistaken, Rosemary is Canadian. I think she's a Canadian wrestler, so she's from Canada. And now that TNA Impact, or just Impact Wrestling, is based out of Canada, or they're doing a lot of their tapings in Canada, it's almost like she's really comfortable there. There's almost like a loyalty there. She wants to stay there and keep building that division and keep working with the woman of Impact Wrestling. So I'm not sure if Rosemary would ever even really seriously want to go to AEW, although I'm sure she'd probably get paid a little bit better. I'm sure that she's so talented, she's so charismatic as the Rosemary character. And that's another thing, is I think the Rosemary character, if I'm not mistaken, it's probably owned by TNA or Impact Wrestling. It's probably their property, kind of like how sometimes WWE will have their own. They'll make a wrestler change their name, and then they'll own the name. They'll own the brand. They'll own the license to that name. And so I think that unfortunately Rosemary, even if she does move to AEW, she's not going to be Rosemary anymore. It's going to be a different name, but. Anyway, she's very talented. I would love to see her in AEW. She would add so much to AEW's female division. I'm not even joking. She's such a great wrestler, great character, great psychology. Everything about her is just on point. Like her mannerisms in the ring, her body language. She's got a lot of physical charisma. And even going as far back as when she debuted as Rosemary back in, I think it was early 2016, as part of the, what was that? Decay, Decay, with Crazy Steve and Abyss. I mean, that was a cool little trio back then, and their feuds with the Broken Hardys and all that. 2016 was really really fun for TNA, for Impact Wrestling back in 3 years ago now. Can't believe it, but anyway, I would love to see Rosemary go to AEW. Hopefully they do end up getting her somehow, some way, so she could get those bigger paydays and just have a more mainstream exposure, I guess, if AEW does become a bigger deal. And I'm looking forward to Allie being there, having some feuds with the indie stars that they have at the the AEW roster. It's going to be fun. It should be, hopefully she does live up to her full potential, because she kind of implies here in this little thing. I guess is this an interview with WrestlingInc.com? She mentioned that I don't know if I had that chance before, to show people what I can do, and I don't know if I had that chance. So it's almost like she's kind of implied that on TNA in Impact Wrestling or whatever, she hasn't really fulfilled her full abilities, full potential, her ability to become whatever she wants to become, like something bigger, have better matches, or bigger matches, more, just be a bigger deal. And I think that she can. There's a possibility that if she does go to AEW, she can probably do that. Hold on. I had to spit something out. But anyway, as far as like potential matches and stuff like that, it really depends what kind of talent they'll have at AEW. They already signed a few women on there, Penelope Ford and those kind of individuals, Kaylee or whatever her name is. So, they're trying to build that roster, but they gotta have some really interesting, beautiful, attractive females on there. Allie's cute, she's a cute girl. I wouldn't say that she's like the hot chick of the AEW roster. Like, I would say Brandy Rhodes is more kind of like a hot chick, or Penelope Ford. They're a little bit more on the, I guess, you could market them as beautiful babes, the sensuous, attractive chicks. I mean, they don't even have somebody like a Scarlett Bordeaux or somebody like a Mandy Rose. They still need those kind of like very beautiful babe chicks that's like, very attractive. Allie is a cute girl, and she can be that bubbly type, but she's not like the incredible hot babe that is gonna, like, oh my gosh, my jaw is dropping to the floor just staring at this goddess, this incredible, beautiful Playboy model, So she's a cute girl, no doubt. Allie is likable, and she could be a good face. She could be like a relatable, fun chick on the roster. But it's going to be exciting to see Allie there, do her thing on the on the AEW roster. And I think they also mentioned a little bit about some wrestling belt design or something like that. Show Brandy talking about the design for a new AEW championship title. She notes it's going to be as large as the Mid-South North American Championship. They're looking to make it unique to AEW, but the size will be in the same ballpark. Okay, well, whatever. I mean, we'll have to wait and see for these little, new belt designs and all that. I have no doubt it's going to be pretty cool looking. I mean, hopefully it stands out, whether it's the women's, title championship, women's division championship, or the obviously the men's heavyweight championship, or the world championship, and the tag belts and all that. Just make it unique, make it look good, make it stand out. I don't want it to be like a WWE generic thing where they all look exactly the same. They all have that similar. They all have the same, that stupid WWE logo. It's like that big, garish, obnoxious WWE design, like right in the middle. And it's like, obviously, it's just a reason for them to promote the WWE logo. It doesn't even stand out. Like the WWE Championship, the WWE Universal title, and even the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, they all look exactly the same. And it gets really, really generic after a while. So that's my thoughts, very briefly, on this signing for AEW. I am looking forward to more, very talented and very good-looking women. They gotta sign way more. I mean, there's who's that girl from TNA? She's not even in TNA anymore, I don't think. I'm sorry, not TNA, but Ring of Honor. What was her name? Taylor Hendricks. Take a look at Taylor Hendricks. I mean, she's hot. She's got that unique look of like kind of like a reddish hair, like a poison ivy. Her attire, her in-ring is good. Taylor Hendricks would be perfect for AEW. There's so many talented women. Again, a Rosemary from TNA. Try to steal her away from TNA Impact. There's so many talented chicks on the somebody like an Ivelisse. That's another perfect example of like a hot chick with a lot of in-ring ability. Ivelisse from Lucha Underground. Now, I understand that with Ivelisse, maybe her contract is not up yet. She's, signed like a multi-year deal or multi-year contract with Lucha Underground. She's kind of being held hostage, basically, by that basically non-happening promotion at the moment, or non-happening show. So she's basically held hostage. She can't really do much. I don't know when her contract expires with Lucha Underground, but I would love to see Ivelisse and even Katrina and these hot chicks from Lucha Underground. There's so many talented people, like I said before, talented women out there in the indies, like Renee Michelle and Kelly Klein and what's her name, the Queen of Honor. Was it Mandy Leon? There's so many good-looking chicks in the indies. Priscilla Kelly is another one, that's kind of toiling away. I think another one is Shotzi Blackheart or something. Shotzi. I've only seen her just recently gotten into her matches in the indies. So there are some female independent wrestlers out there in the American indies that's doing their thing. Relatively attractive, they look good and they can wrestle. That's the thing. So really make an effort to find these chicks and really like make an offer to them. I mean, there's so much potential. I don't want these chicks to just be toiling in the indies doing nothing and just having like meaningless matches. Like Priscilla Kelly is a beautiful like hot chick that's like really pale. She's got dark hair. She looks basically like the American version of Paige. She's like an American Paige, basically, and she's like doing nothing in the indies. She's having these random, like, lame, crappy matches. I'd love to see her in AEW, just have her on a bigger platform, or even in WWE, like an NXT. But anyway, that's it for this episode of the Review Space. Thank you guys for watching. Go subscribe to the channel for more wrestling videos. Click on the bell button for the latest notifications, and until next time, peace!